Yo, how's it going, guys and girls? My name's Chris and welcome to my channel, CSM Investing. Obviously, if you've clicked on this video, it's because you're in the same boat as a lot of people. And that's because you sat there thinking, when is the right time to actually start investing? Now, there's no need to stress because, as I said, a lot of people are in the same boat as you. Now, once we go through all the scenarios, you can then sit back and think, right, now it's time, now I'm ready, let's get started. I will always say that everyone should invest, and the sooner the better, but in some situations, things can stop you from doing this. Now, with simple little things that you can do, this can change. But we will go through why you may be struggling. But you can do this. No one is stuck unless they actually want to be. So in this video, we're going to cover your current situation, all the different liabilities involved, when you should actually begin investing, and then my final thoughts. We will also discuss the different types of investing, but before we get into any of that, please do realise that I'm not a financial advisor, and anything that I do say, please take with a pinch of salt. And since you're all here, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Right, let's get straight into the video. As I said, we're first going to discuss your current situation and how it might stop you from actually investing. This can actually be an easy point to actually get across, as if you're on minimum wage and you're living in your own apartment, you're paying bills, you're paying for shopping, it may be a little bit difficult to actually start investing as you feel like you have no money to actually put into it. Now, as I said, it's a pretty simple solution. So come here, I'm about to tell you how. It's through getting a better job that pays more. It's as simple as that. It's not hard to actually do. I get it. If you're comfortable in the position you are, you're probably scared to go out there and get a new qualification or go out and get an apprenticeship. Some people are too lazy to actually improve on their own situation, so they'll never actually start investing. Now, no, this does not mean just quit your job and go out there and just start looking. It means look for jobs while you're still in current employment. You don't want to go around doing stupid things, as you still need that steady income that you've currently got. But once you're successful and you've actually found a new job that pays more, you can start on your new journey. Having this job can actually change your life. That little bit of extra income can then be put into the stock market so that you increase your money even further while you're sleeping. Now, if you do this, it can be life-changing, seriously. Like, even if you're only earning around 25, 27 grand a year, it sounds like a lot of money, but in reality, it's not that much depending on the job that you're doing. Now, if you put half of that income, like living below your means, and put half of that income into the stock market, obviously doing your research, finding good quality companies that you know will end up going up in the future, you can actually become a millionaire. Now, I know it just sounds out of reach and stupid and a waste of time, because most people just think wealth is through cars and houses, when in reality, you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. And it is a stupid thing to do. You need to build up your wealth so then you are able to afford these luxuries, as you don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck. It's not a great way of dealing with life, as you'll still be struggling if you increase your living costs along with your paycheck. It's stupid. Don't do that. But if you live with your parents, you genuinely have no excuse, especially if you're not paying rent, bills, towards the food. You have no excuse to not start investing. You can do this. Obviously, if you're going to do it in a stocks and shares ISA, you have to be 18, but that's the only thing that will stop you. So get started. Now, the second point is to do with liabilities, and loads of people out there have loads of liabilities and don't realise that they actually do. Now, this can actually affect when people decide, or even if they ever do start investing. Now, this can be because of your car, it can be because of simple things like clothes that you have and that you go out spending each week, or it can be because of your mortgage. Now, yes, people, your mortgage is a liability. I've said it in previous videos and I'm going to say it now. It is not an asset.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Unless that property is bringing you income, it cannot be classed as an asset. You can only make it an asset if you're about to flip it for a profit due to appreciation throughout the years, or if you rent it out and you have steady cash flow coming in. So yeah, with the mortgage, you can rent out the extra room that you have, and that way with the extra income that you've now got, you can then invest it into the stock market to actually make it grow even further. Now, another liability will be bad debt. Now, before you start investing, you need to get rid of this debt. It can be such things as credit card debt, because you're spending too much on clothes. And if you go past your limit, you're basically screwed, because then you're paying interest on top of that, especially if you're not paying it back on time. So what I suggest is eradicating all debt before starting investing. And once you actually become debt free, it's an amazing feeling, trust me. And then once you actually start investing in the stock market, that is 100% yours. Obviously, after tax. The government always wants its cut, people. Don't ever forget that. And then things like leasing cars. Just think sensibly about it. Do you actually need that Merc on finance? Just to look cool and for people to go, ooh, look at him. I get it. You need to uphold these social norms and to look fabulous. I don't know, whatever you call it, like sick, I don't know. I know I sound old, but that's how it is, isn't it? Like, do you really need that? If you think about it, if you put your money into the stock market, into the S&P 500, you could compound that money at 7% annual return each year, on average, of course, and with dividends reinvested. It's not worth it. Trust me. The next thing that actually might start influencing when you want to start investing is to decide what type of investor you actually want to be. Now, this can be a daunting process for some people, as some people look at value investing and feel like they can't do it, as there's a lot of things to go through, and some people just don't have the time. But on occasion, this may be an easy process, as you usually might end up falling into one of these brackets anyway. It depends what type of person you are. I'll expand further. I have explained through different videos that there are several different investors, and I'll link that video at the end. But just as a simple remark, the easiest one that you can do would be dividend investing. So please don't be put off. I get it, sometimes it might look a bit scary, as you have to look at all these numbers, all the financial statements, the cash flow statements. There's a lot to go through sometimes, but it's worth it in the end. Now, as I said, dividend investing is probably the easiest way, or you can open a stocks and shares ISA that follows the S&P 500, the FTSE 100, and the Lifestyle Strategy 100% Equity Fund. And all you need to do then is put in a direct debit of however much you want to put in each month, and never have to look at it again. It's as easy as that. Don't put yourself off. There are loads of options out there. Just like I said at the beginning of this video, I would always recommend starting investing as soon as possible. You need to do it. But the only things that you need to do before actually doing it are your research, make sure that you've got rid of any debt, start up an emergency fund, and you need to be able to calm yourself. Don't be scared when the market fluctuates up and down, and just realize that it's not as daunting as it might seem at first. My final thoughts here are that there's not really a deadline for when you should start investing, as you could even start in your late 50s. But as the saying goes, in the short term, the market is a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. So having your money in the stock market for a long period of time is more important, as short-term volatility is pointless. If you find a company with a competitive advantage, buy and hold. I'm Chris, and thanks for coming to my channel. Peace.